Hello, hello, good morning. Welcome to another Yes Futures trading stream. Today is Thursday, February 12th. It is 9:23 a.m. Eastern Time in the US. um, these charts over here, um, these are the daily charts for. Um, this is something interesting here. This is the years. Now, after the big break we have yesterday, kind of like at the beginning of the week, right? Or to close last week, we have a big break here. Immediate recovery. And now, yeah, let's just look at it, what this one, I want you to check something here. Okay. Low here, right? And right after that, we start to go higher, higher, higher. This has still, I want to see what's happening here, right? There's a possibility here, right? This line here is kind of like a flattening here. There's some kind of consolidation here. Right, this lead slope to the downside just happened so fast, you know. It just and it came back, and now um, what I can see here, you know, this channel here moving kind of like the direction of move is kind of like upwards, right? It is a big range. You have a big range within these two ranges, but inside of it right now is kind of like a, you know, kind of like a slide slope to the upside, and this can be, as you can see, these bars are negative just because of the slope, right? It's colored negative just because it's negative here, but this can be some sort of consolidation here, right? Seems like a consolidation, and one very interesting um, very interesting thing is how many times, for example, we have these tails, right? This excess in this range here inside, you know, again inside the channel, kind of like close to the lower side of it. One overstanding, coming back and closing above, right? And the next day doing the same thing, and finally we have a breakout after that. And now we are having the same thing, but this time we're having the same thing, but to the opposite side here. Kind of like standing a little bit more, a little bit more. Um, and overall inside this range here, right? All what what was the base, you know, for the break here now is being used as a support for a rally. That's what I am checking here, right? We may have some. I'm thinking maybe it's because of tomorrow we have CPI, right? And we have a spike yesterday to the upside. Yesterday was it? Yeah, a spike to the upside, and we have CPI tomorrow. We may have some sideways trading today, and there can be something tomorrow. All right, there is something tomorrow. After all, now you have this big big break here, right? And there can be, right? There can be some sellers, you know, some premium sellers up here in this area that came from this break, thinking that maybe there could be some downside, and now they are just praying that the market don't close, right? As long as the market don't close above this, they're going to be fine. I haven't seen a short squeeze in a long time. There has always there have always been short covering liquidation, short covering liquidation, short covering liquidation over and over and over and over all this time. We're close to the opening. Um, Nasdaq is inside range as well. The Dow is forming. The Dow is the one that has the best lineup for a breakout here. Was we got this day below the high and this one above the low. This is a triangle here. And that one, that's the only one here. All right, market's about to open here. Let's check it out. What's going? What? Oh no, we have a big, super weak support here. Yesterday we have everything to go to the upside. We didn't. No. This can be also, anything can happen here. I don't know what's going to happen. Oh my god, this is not here. That's the opening. It's market buying live on POC. This is what happened yesterday. Every single reference in the lower side was taken one at a time. It's really rare that those kind of things happen back to back. It's rare, not impossible. I am still keeping this level, the 69, 64 or 5. Yesterday's POC is my main reference to the upper side here. Um, there can be something for tomorrow. I really, I'm really thinking that there can be something for tomorrow here. That will give us a 4-day range, if that's the case. Now these highs here. Now notice that we have these highs over here. 1, 2, 3, 4 highs here. That one has been checked now. Uh-huh. Now we have something in the lower side here. Now let me open the let me open settle the Nasdaq is 25,288. 25,288. What is close enough? Is 6960 for the ES. 6960. Oh, 6050. Right there. Okay, so I know I have this on the lower side. I'm going to close this profile. Uh-oh. Wait. Oh, you are here. What the heck? All right here. Oh, this area here. And the same thing. No, Nasdaq is different, man. Nasdaq actually is quite well. It's quite different. It has something, a little bit something here. Not that relevant here. It's just a little bit of that. This highs now. This one and this one have been checked. However, for a market as the Nasdaq, you know, the how many handles, the 60 to 80, 20 handles is nothing to check. There's still potential up here. And same goes to what we have down here as well. That's why I'm saying also there is some potential for two-way trading today. Okay, I want to close this. I don't want to check. I don't want to see too much. We have this highs. Boy, we have, look at how many highs. I'm going to open now again Nasdaq. Look at how many highs. Let's do what profiles. Now look at how many highs are around this 460 in Nasdaq. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 highs here. That's unbelievable, man. This can be quite. This can give us quite a breakout if it happens. Now notice this is firecracker effect potential here. Let me open this one as well. Now look at how many. Well, look what can happen. For example, when this low is taken, right? And basically, what happened here is all of these have been replaced for these three. but it is it's still there are still here plus today's law because this hitting these stops here, hitting these stops, hitting one, the next one, the next one, the next one, the next, all the way down. Okay, you see, all the way down to the overnight low. Now, what happened if that why that we what we expect doesn't happen also is something to have in consideration. There is tremendous amount of inventory here, right? That is long. Okay, and the overnight on the ES, right? The ES is quite similar thing. It is different though. Uh, Come on. Okay, I have this in the Nasdaq, right? Firecracker potential, right? This market can come crashing here, right? Or it can be kind of like a chew its way down, all the way down until these ones are taken. The ES is kind of slightly different in the way that it has like a big area here, right? Like support, right? It's safe to assume that here in this area is full of stops here, right? And any movement can take us back again to this support, which is kind of like a pivotal level for today. Right? We have three lows here. It may kind of like attack this or maybe settle, and then maybe right some bounce from there, right? But opening inside previous range is an advertisement for chop. Yesterday, especially after yesterday, we had a breakout failure. Now, the breakout failure from yesterday left us with a short, with a long liquidation here shape. This is a long liquidation what we have here. Right? This one is adding to this inventory here. So, what this does is, strengthens the mark. But one step at a time. I am flat here. I don't have anything. Yesterday, I was long from the overnight. I had a long position, but almost the whole session, and I didn't take profits when I cut. Well, I thought that this market has a really good odds, man, really good odds of taking these highs, or at least coming to this area here. I was checking the 720 yesterday. Now we said a bunch of the same thing like here, right? Like in the past here has five. It's five weight. It has 10. One overnight has 10 wide here in the back, plus a five wide top in the daily from regular trading hours. That is why I didn't take my profits and I ended up giving back pretty much everything. All right. All right. I am watching this nice triangle here. This triangle here. What is this triangle? What are you? ES. ES here. Oh, come on. This triangle here. Huh? And notice that this is positive, right? And this is kind of like a consolidation phase here. And very positive, and now we have kind of like a loading area here that can do something like that. That is what I'm checking on that market, but I think it looks like a CPI is in the way. I may have a position depending how this day ends. I may have a position going into that number. All right. Oh. Let's bring the ticks. The bix is coming down. No, no, it's coming down. Um, ticks are kind of like a, it has a room to the upside, room to the downside, and so bix can keep going lower, or it can come, it can come back higher with no issues at all. All right, all right, all right. All right, yeah, if I see anything here, okay, look at what's happening now, right? Look at how all these stops are being taken here. Let's see if you can make it lower. You can make it. It has, it has good odds doing some having some downside here, but not that much really. Right? Not as not as yesterday, for example. It has a huge break, right? Two periods, right? Basically, two periods gave us the range yesterday. I don't think like something like that is though there was something like that happening here. I don't know that good as it was yesterday. I'm going to join this profile to this one here. I prefer N. This one is going to come a little bit lower. This one stays there. This one stays here. This one stays there. Let's do the same with Nasdaq. I have 10 days merge here. Basically 2 weeks, right? This one got lowered a little bit. There's another one right here where this market is here, right? This very high prominent node, volume node here. On side here, this is I have this chart here, right? This is another 5 minutes. This is another way to see this market, right? Kind of like a this may come, look at how this range has expanded, for example, right? And just check it out, how this range has expanded here, but there's no direction. As you can see, there's no direction here in this market. It's kind of pretty much flat, right? So this can continue doing some back and forth, following this line here. This, as you can see, it can come into lower side, kind of slightly oversold here. So I come here, try to block here, and I'm not saying that's going to happen, like, but that's the first thing, first piece of information I'm noticing here. I can do the same thing. Let's do if I can. Let's duplicate this chart. Okay, let's duplicate this chart. Where are you? Call duplicate it. I got a bunch of charts now. I think it's too much, but this time, hold on. What I'm going to do, I would like to do here is change this to NQ. 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 The link is, I believe, is number 2. Should be 3. That's not 3. This is 2, I think. Apply all. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's 2. Nasdaq is 2. Huh? Yes, it's 1. So I'm going to put this one here on the side. And this Nasdaq, actually, as you can see, Nasdaq has checked the lower side. It's overextending, right? It's overextending outside the kernel's channel here. How many days I have here loaded? 10 days. No, it's too much. Let's do only 2. Too much. Only 2. And over here, let's do 2 as well. Look at that movement there. Data limiting 2 days as well. Those kind of movements, I don't like those kind of movements, to be honest. Kind of like I was saying, and this is the risk, right? That we that was highlighting here. This once the stops are taken here, it can go all the way down to here. So some and the ES has the same simple difference, right? Bunch here, and this here can be taken really fast. No, just what we have seen like a less than a minute ago, right? Something like woof, really fast, right? Takes all of these stops out. If there is something serious to the downside, or if there is something serious in the movement, this market will continue in the direction of that movement. 10 minutes. If this continues, right, we may have actually some volume, right? It would be this much higher, which will give us up here. No, what about Nasdaq? Nasdaq also has the same thing. Same thing in Nasdaq. Should be half this around this much. Market overall, also the same thing, right? It's supposed to be, it looks like it's going to be higher here. Save chart book. Let's check down. Show yourself down. So you have a nice, beautiful triangle here for me. Russell for the range. Gold, what gold is doing is kind of really trending range here to the upside, right? And the down again, feeling this empty, this void here, right? Got a nice volume here, feeling this one here. Russell, it's time to remove these draws here. And this one too. Just remove more. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. How much data do I have here? But period, no, data limiting 25 days. 25 days. Why I have here? How many days I have here? Ooh, 1,000 days. No, 25. That's too much. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Russell, but I have to make you smaller. Alright, there's a lot of single pins here from yesterday, right? This here, let's trying to fill this one, and let's see if this level here now is supported right where it is now. Okay. Now about you down also has support here, support down here, and the next one kind of like a around this one here, another 50,300 here. Not nothing to worry. No blocks whatsoever here. I can see. It's so big range that I cannot, you know, the, 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 the histogram just vanishes here because the range is so wide here. Let's make this two tick chart here. Let's make this two tick chart symbol. Let's put 50 here and the cornerstone tick 10 here. Apply all. It still looks too big to show something here. But I can use those reds here, reds. The histograms help, right? Because as you can see here, I cannot see how much it says, right? But when depending how much it extends relative, I can have some volume, right? Visual volume relative to the rest of the day here. If I don't want that, I can use also this ones here. It's pretty much it's the same basically, right? You just check this one. This one is this one. Yeah. I don't need to see more than that. Let's change or let's save those changes. All right, this market has reached this pivot here, POC. Remember we were talking about POC. We were talking about this level that we may have something from this area, right? Some bounce. It's curious how the ES has taken the overnight high and the Nasdaq has taken the overnight low, or some sort of small divergence there. Nasdaq is overextending, so the ES still have some room to go. What kills many people here is, having a bias, right? We're still going to look into the upside, but doing something, in that regard, without or being too anxious to do something. Okay, as you can see here, we have I started before the opening, right? That there was some also sideways trading here. The bias to the upside in the daily time frame. And look what's happening here, right? It's going lower, and it's lower high. Now we have a lower low. So I may have a bias to the upside, but why am I going to do something? If I see everything is going lower, after this flattening here, we are having something to the downside. But look at the chart on the very left, right, for both ES and NQ. So, right at the lower part of the channel, well below the 30 low average for both ES and NQ. This has been consistently, over and over. This has been happening in these markets, right? We have extension, right? And the market being sold from this 10 SMA. And when it overextends, it starts sideways, and then boom, we have some mark and some bounce, some rebalance rally, right? With not too much extension, right? Kind of like a short-lived short-term rallies that happen when the market is overextends to the downside. It has been happening over and over. Now I'm going to remove this from the Nasdaq. Here is done. We know what happened. So don't expect much. I don't expect much of this movement. I think this is a good area to take profits now. You've got something here. This is it. This can be it. Oh shit. There can be a small bounce here now. Let me do something. I need to do something here. No, I forgot to put it back. All right. Where are you? Where are you? All right. This can be a nice bottom here for these markets. Let's see if we can come back down to half back here. That's 180, that's 40 points. They're trying to get back up here. Okay. Ooh, I just did a small trade here. And it's becoming risky now. And this little bounce that we have here, when this bar open, when this little one open down here, right at the bottom, that's kind of give us some risk, right? Because it was still, you know, the slope is very steep, right? Okay, so that this can be it. This can be it. We can have the best case scenario, right? It's having a sideways trade here, right? If holding a long, if holding a short here. Mhm. But this can be something here. There can be something here. You know, because the main, come on, the main trade here was, this firecracker effect here. This which was completed. Okay, what's next? No idea. No idea. Really, no idea. Ooh, look at what it does. Lie after lie close. Two-way trading here going on. These have big tails, big tails here, which has been a constant also in this week. Now having more aggressive long here has this low as a stop, you know, and you start is this still inside this two bar range here. Yeah. Value is inside value for both markets, ES and Nasdaq. Uh, the ES has this thing here. Yeah, trying to sell now from here. Let's establish a selling here. Let's see how far can it go inside this little tail here. Yeah. The ES has still some potential to the downside. Yeah, this low is right settled to the tick basically, and it still has a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lows down here, which can take the market or that market back to the 50 moving average, which now is 69.47. How much are you? We move a little bit higher here, right there. Remember that that's the thing. This lobe of the thing SMA hasn't flattened yet. So right now, this can be seen as an opportunity to sell, right? As long as this high, right? As long as this high doesn't take this high, it still is a sell here. It still may do this. And notice Now the tail, this excess here has been kind of like taking a more than 50% of that, okay? So this is pretty dangerous now. It was dangerous here. No, it is dangerous, even more dangerous now, right? If, because this movement was just some rebalancing of, of the trade that took this market's low to correct the firecracker effect, to take advantage of the firecracker potential effect. Now we're having the same thing, right? To the down here now. Look at this: 1, 2, 3, 4 lows, pretty close to each other. Same goes for ES as well. We have a triangle here. These triangles are, quite dangerous because it often why they have this. Okay, this is a breakout. It come here, boom, goes lower. Or it can go lower and then go up. When I have those kind of things, I take a look. I have a tendency to take a look to the bigger time frames. You can look, for example, you can look to the 15, the 30, all right. Now, if this low here is not taken, for example, what we will have is this. You have this market selling here. Selling here. Next time they sell, less. Next time they sell, they have less. Next time they sell, less and less. Okay, so this can look like a shorting in the hole now. But it's such a small, it's just a little short time frame here. So that low has to be taken, And look what happened before, right? They bought it, they didn't find sellers here. So they will expect the same thing to happen here. So expectation is always different than reality. Okay, so that's why I say this is quite dangerous. Kind of formations are very dangerous. Very dangerous formations. No, now we have this, right? Then less and less and less and less. And now this is reestablishing the movement to the downside. This is why it's so dangerous. Okay. The further you get into these formations, right, the more risk I take, right? It is one thing doing long here or long here or long here, another thing doing here, here, here. Or short for any instance. It's quite dangerous, right? Quite a thing, right? This is why you got to be very aware of what, have some sort of appreciation of what the market dynamics are or can be. Now let's check volume. That also gives us an idea who is now in control. Okay, look at this. It the expectation was up here, or what we have lower. So as the market went lower, sellers did not come. When I mean sellers, I mean uh, serious selling, right? It rather dries, significant. Okay, see? Nasdaq, the same thing. Now let's see market overall. Market overall is about the same. But these two markets, as the market goes lower, the volume that is coming is less and less. So now we have this picture, okay, for tomorrow. I have tomorrow in mind. Let's bring the ES, okay, because these two markets look like are in sync now. Yesterday we had this movement right to the downside, right, and ended up forming a long liquidation share. Now we are early in the session, only 3 periods, and we already have had this formation here, with the difference that the trading, the activity that happened here is very different than the one we're having right now. Remember, yesterday, as this market was breaking, we say that this day, because of volume, was very different than this day, and this was the action that was happening here after this look above and failure was completely different than what we have here and what we have here. Now, this one, to me, as of 10:37 a.m., looks like these days now. The same activity, okay? Here. But the direction here, the direction is the opposite of these ones here, right? What we have, something to the downside. Can we have something to the upside? Tomorrow, who knows? We have a spike here. We have a spike to the upside, significant or impressive spike to the upside. Where are you? ES overnight. Okay. You have this big spike, right? Now, can we have the same thing to the downside? To the upside again? Who knows? I have no idea what's going to happen. Okay. But the thing is, once we have an appreciation for the market, if, for example, if I got something here, oh, this market is going to come back, to this, to the 30, for example, it's going to check at least the center of the candle channel and potentially going to the opposite side. I am counting on that, right? So I am long here, right? So I am not going to be holding this, right? My long praying for this market to come back in here and continue higher, because I got something here. I understand the risk here. I understand what happened here. What happened here in 8 period. I understand what's happening the market overall. Right? What can be the theme for today? Right? What is this all about? Right? That is what I'm checking now as we speak. Nasdaq had this low in this volume that came from, I think came for this day. I'm not sure. Right? It didn't get over there. Now this one is being tested again. Okay, so this can give us a low here. It's also the spike, the base of the spike of, I think it was the yesterday non-farm payroll spike, I believe. Is it? No, it wasn't from yesterday. It was from some day back in time. I don't remember where. Maybe here or here or here. I don't remember that. But it has. I think it has more than one. And I am keeping it this. Yeah, I am keeping these references in particular as a pivot, because it gives me an idea, right? That when it happened, market has respected that, right? It is building value in or above the base of the spike, which is a sign of acceptance of higher prices. Doesn't mean it's going to bounce from there right now, right? But to me, it seems like it's acceptance. Now, that is just one piece of information of many things that the market, the ES or NASDAQ, depending on what market you trade, is giving us. Another thing here, what we have, look at what we have here. This is a very short time frame, okay? First happened, breakout, right? Breakout, failed. Now we have this is a triangle, an inside bar, look above, and failed. Okay? It's very short time frame, but who trades 5 minutes, right? The ones who trade the daily time frame are not the same as the ones who trade 5 minutes. So these ones, the ones we have here, are not as strong as the ones we have here. You know? That's just one piece of information. The 50 has been reached. Again, over and over, trading back and forth from the 50, from 100. That's not a good low. Overall, that's not a good low. Now, there's another piece of information here coming from Monday that if I remember well, it was Monday. This day here had a distribution, right? An opening here, like 1 tick or 2 ticks opening. This day here traded, opened, traded through, closed that distribution, and then come back in range and have upside extension. The fact that this has closed also, right? You know, give us some odds that the market can also come below this and target the low of this day. What is the low that day? Right? What is the low of that day? Well, 68.50, something like that, or maybe this day's POC down here. Okay. But in order to give me something, I need to see something as well. I need to correct. I need to check to redo these pubs here, because I have one here. I have one here. Everybody can see that, but the way how it's done, I think. Let me double check. I'm double checking here. I have the access now to. If you look, let me call trade station here. Let me just give me a second. I'm going to sign in into that platform as well. Just give me a second. What the heck? Oh, oh, it's not active. Okay. I'm going to go dark here for a moment and sign this thing here. The only reason, the only reason why I open an account there is to have access to those pub. Uh, I thought I was going to be able to have some. Okay, give me a second. How can I hide? I don't. Oh, um, give me a second. Well, the thing is, this low, I mean, this high is has to be lower than these two highs, right? And this low, okay, when it starts to form, when it closes, has to be lower than these two lows here, right? But it's the average. It's two bars rate change that I have to do. I have to correct that. Now check this out. Check this out. This is check the chart on the left. I don't know if you can see that. Can you? No, you can't. I have this chart on the left. Slightly can see it, right? It's very kind of like a riding the five here, riding the five here, right? And kind of like in the oversold mode here, right? Just inventory getting very short, right? Just take a look at this. Mhm. I am trying. I have these charts on the side, so I can have an idea to the what's how how extended the movement can be, right? How risky can it be getting? Now let me do something else. You can check that one here as well, 16. What is this? 16, 14, 15. 13. Who cares, man? I don't. I just know this is going low. And remember when we were checking these things, right? It's actually could have been a sale, a good opportunity to sell, right? As long as this one is not higher than this one, momentum is still to the downside. Lower highs, lower lows, right? It's something really easy. uh, to not to get involved, right, in the wrong direction. Test station is updating now. Now, no, the lower side. This is coming back to life. This area here. let me put a rectangle here, right? This one here is something that I don't like. Okay, maybe how can I do this? Let's do it yellow. I want to make it yellow. Oh, what color can I do this to sign weakness here? Because this is gaps, green is gaps, and white is fingerprints. Color. Let's do it red. No, red is strength. Let's do it yellow. No, this looks like white. Pink. Oh, pink. Pink is weakness here. This low. Okay, come on, man. Erase drawing. Shall I extend to the right setting? Extend left, extend right. Yes. Okay. Okay. I am extending this low here. This is very questionable, right? Right at 6800. Okay. Now I am going to highlight here that this is a very questionable. Although I am adopting pink as a color for weakness. All right. It's way down here, all right? 6800, right there. But this was a really nice trap, right? After the fact, we all can see, we all can know things just after the fact, right? But this was a really nice uh, long trap being set up, right? This one here, right? This one here. A really nice movement to the upside, breakout of this triangle here in both markets, breakout here to the upside, and now selling into strength, right? Really nice trap here, right? Now the thing is, this is the thing. What happened? This is you can see this everywhere, right? When everybody shows, I'm going to teach you how to trade. You just need to pay 200, 500 a month. You can recover that in one trade, right? For example, when this happened, go short here, right? Or go short here, or whatever, right? Everybody can say that after the fact, right? After the chart has been printed, everybody can say that. Right? The hard part comes when we make decisions live, right? And as long as we don't have a solid foundation, we always are going to be following whatever person, whatever any single person or seller has to say. When you are trading, and this is one thing, right? That's very clear. That has been very clear to me, um, almost from the very beginning. Is that when you are trading, you actually don't have time to do anything else. Now your time is your focus. This job, this business demands a lot of effort here, paying attention to the market. Now I have this arrow here around the 6920. Oh, is this the one here? What the heck? Excuse me. What was that? Weird noises at home. Okay, okay. Now this thing is checking. It's checking this level here. Yesterday I think it was too short when it came down here. So we might have something. This level here has been challenged now, so potentially traveling to or testing this low. The next one. How much volume do we have? Is the volume increasing? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it is increasing. Doesn't look like it's attracting sellers. Okay. Oh, from this day here, right? This is coming from exactly hard, pretty hard back. Right? I didn't quite get over there here. And this one here, what the heck was this? I don't remember. I don't remember what the heck was this. But there was some. Oh, that was the 100 moving average. What's the 100 located at 6,904? Now, right there. Yeah. Okay, the update is reading. File. Yes, speed to listen voice. unfortunately, I cannot find. I don't know how to hide my account, to mask my account in PlayStation. This is selling here. Still low volume. Okay, add. Now we got to the next one here. It seems like we had too much, too far, too fast yesterday when it was going lower. And now it's kind of like a continuation of that day. No, I can't do that. I can't do it. I don't know what the heck I don't know what the heck I did. Studies. Let's see. This is the studies, huh? These are the charts. What time frame is this? Let's do 5 minutes. It is 5 minutes. When I go to studies here, okay, I have pubs here. All right. Okay. This is what I'm trying to say. This is about sell. There's no reason to buy here. All right, no reason to buy. Right? Um, Now, look at this bar here. This bar here that doesn't have. This is my Sierra. Doesn't have, but I do have something here in the train station. This comes directly from Diamond. This is a study that they put it here in 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 train station here. So, but this one uh, is a 2 period rate of change here. So that's why mine is not showing. I call it this. Mine is not showing, but this one shows. All right. That's the only thing I wanted to show. Now we're very extended to the downside. Oh, it's unbelievable, man. How far these markets can go. Now, this one here, which is this low actually, this one here, right? This is when everything started. It was the 100. At the time, it was exactly to the 100, right? Kind of like a very mechanical reference for anything that came after that. I consider this one also done. Pretty much the whole thing has been come. Now let's check Bitcoin here. Where the heck are you, Bitcoin? This I think there's a lot that has to do with this market as well, because there's a lot of money that has come into this. And now you're having, look at this, right? This is a base. This is a triangle here. You have breakout to the upside, right? Breakout, and can you check the POC here? This overnight POC. And now I think this is very important here now. 65. And the thing is, the lower that this goes, it can, because it can force some liquidations on different participants here that have investments, that has holdings in Bitcoin, right? And they will be forced to close or cover, close or and cover the losses by selling profitable holdings. And that can be something that can also have an impact in this, or can be having an impact in this market. All right. Let's take a look. What I thought, I thought, I thought, I thought, I thought, oh, I thought Tesla was weak, really, right? But it's showing, it's holding quite well here. That's this low is not good though. It's right there from 200, but it's important. We have this channel here in Nvidia, which is the next one to report. This can actually have a spike here. Apple is holding really good here. There's a breakout of this range happening in Google. Unbelievable sale. Now this is resistance now in Amazon. Microsoft has been some selling here. Wow. Netflix is coming down, down, down. Meta. Higher low, higher highs here. And so it's paddled to the upside here. There's a lot of you know, it. This one to me is like Bitcoin. I may have a bias here actually. Bigger holdings are higher, 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 lower, lower. 2 out of 10, that's not bad. I mean, 2 negative out of 10, 8 out of 10 are positive. What about crude? Crude also breaking here. Gold holding tight in making an inside day here. Now this breakout here that has happened, I was expecting maybe. This is something that you will see also quite often. You have a 3-day range here. It's not a triangle though, right? But it is 3-day range here. Right? And the breakout of this one here, breakout this level here, has a stop up here. And this last 1 or 1.5 days. That trade probably closing during the overnight or overnight tomorrow, right? Or today after 6. Right? But that's bigger time frame. So the trade here is just starting to work because the entry is 30 maybe. Yeah, 30 is the entry here. Right? 30. This one is the entry point. Check this 60 minutes chart, man. Look at this. Look at this bar here. Look what is big bar here, big break here. All right. The 120 shows something very similar, right? You can see the drama here, right? Look at this big bar here to the downside, big to the upside, big to the downside, big to the upside, follow up to the upside with the big ones, the low single prints, all of these single prints. Maybe that's what it is. I mean, the next thing in the lower side, 68.70. We are pretty close to get at 68.70. That can be what this market is heading to, and that what that will do is that will close the single prints, right? But we leave a big one here, just the same as we did here, right? Same as we did here. Take a while to be filled, and then once it's filled completely, let's put even a bigger one out there. Really nice bars though. Uh, really nice thick bars here. A lot of volume here in this intraday. That's a way to look at. What I'm going to do, I'm going to repair those pops. Um, I will need to use the screen to do that. Okay, I'm going to call it. This is very elongated to the downside. It doesn't mean it cannot keep going lower, right? The 67, it could be an area where this market can try to make a stand. Some back and forth from that area. Remember that down below. Just take a look at this chart here. Down below, this is the 240. You know, but once the single prints are filled, we have a little bit more down here. Not too much volume though. The final pocket, that final uh, accumulation down here, right? Which can be this, which is why I have this uh, area highlighted here. Okay, but it's very elongated, right? It's almost as big as this one here. Can you see? Just like that. Mhm. Now, another thing from the daily as well. Right? This is look at these ranges here. This was 2-day range here. This 3-day range here. This 2-day range here. Right? It's coming back inside this one. Maybe half back. What is this number? Happens to 68, 70. The center of this range. Okay? You gotta be very careful here. Don't just don't chase here. All right, guys. Um, unless there's any questions, I will be calling it a day here. See if I can come back tomorrow for CPI. I am thinking I'm really tired. I might take a couple weeks of vacation from trading. The last time I did something like this, I was planning to do a couple months, but I couldn't last. I couldn't last 2 weeks. I'm feeling the same kind of tiredness now. Mhm. Nasdaq has this day's low also very, the same thing. the same thing, the same fashion as this one. I mean, there's some other weakness here in this day here. You got to be very careful here. All right, very careful here. Have a good rest of the day. Stay safe. Hope I can see you tomorrow. Bye bye.